Can the West tackle jealousy? When it comes to Russia having military relations with Africa, especially Niger, the West can't hide its jealousy. It wants Russia to leave Niger as soon as possible. But Russia gave a not-so-sweet surprise to the West. It was sending a second battalion to Niger. What's new this time? Let's find out. Tension between Russia and the US was palpable, as news of Russia's continued military deployment sent shockwaves through diplomatic circles. Despite efforts by the US to dissuade further escalation, Russia's latest move seemed to highlight a pattern of assertive behavior. With each additional battalion sent, the stakes of the geopolitical game rose. The latest deployment was a disheartening confirmation to many observers who had hoped for a de-escalation. It highlighted the challenges of managing relations between two global powers with competing interests and ideologies. For the US, the news was met with frustration and determination. Efforts to engage Russia in constructive dialogue seemed to be continually thwarted by these provocative actions. Diplomats scrambled to assess the implications and craft a response to assert American interests without further inflaming the situation. In the face of such uncertainty, one question arises: what would be the next move in this high-stakes game? As the world held its breath, the answer remained elusive, leaving many to wonder what new developments would unfold in the days and weeks to come. Following the expulsion of French forces, which had played a crucial role in combating armed rebellions in the Sahel, Niger found itself in need of alternative strategies to address its security challenges. In response, the country's military government deepened its ties with Russia, signaling a departure from previous reliance on Western powers for security assistance. The aim of this enhanced military cooperation with Russia goes beyond merely filling the void left by the departure of French forces. Instead, it reflects Niger's broader strategic objective of diversifying its security partnerships and pursuing a more independent foreign policy course. By aligning itself more closely with Russia, Niger hopes to leverage Moscow's military capabilities and expertise to bolster its own defenses and counter-insurgencies within its borders. This partnership also offers Niger the opportunity to access advanced military equipment and training, which could enhance its operational effectiveness in addressing security threats. Furthermore, expanding military cooperation with Russia serves as a means for Niger to assert its sovereignty and assert greater autonomy in shaping its security agenda. By forging partnerships with multiple global actors, Niger seeks to reduce its dependence on any single external power and maintain flexibility in navigating the complex dynamics of regional security. The instructors also arrived in the 2nd Battalion. But how will they help Niger? The recent arrival of 100 Russian military instructors in Niamey, as reported, marks a pivotal development in the burgeoning military relationship between Russia and Niger. This deployment highlights the commitment of both nations to bolstering Niger's defense capabilities through training and capacity-building initiatives. The deployment of Russian military instructors represents a tangible manifestation of Russia's support for Niger's military modernization efforts. By providing expertise and training support, Russia aims to enhance the professionalism and effectiveness of Niger's armed forces in addressing security challenges within its borders and beyond. Moreover, the presence of Russian military instructors in Niger underscores the strategic significance of the country in Russia's broader regional engagements. As a key player in the Sahel region, Niger holds strategic importance for Russia's geopolitical interests, particularly in countering terrorism and advancing its influence in Africa. This move also reflects the deepening of military cooperation between Russia and Niger, signaling a mutual desire to strengthen bilateral ties in the defense sector. Both countries benefit from enhanced interoperability and strategic alignment in addressing shared security concerns by engaging in joint training and knowledge-sharing initiatives. Furthermore, the deployment of Russian military instructors is likely to contribute to the professional development of Niger's armed forces, equipping them with the necessary skills and capabilities to effectively respond to evolving security threats. This, in turn, could help bolster Niger's capacity to maintain stability and safeguard its sovereignty. But with this 2nd Battalion, what are Russia's intentions? Russia's strategic intentions in its engagement with Niger and broader Africa are multifaceted, reflecting both geopolitical and economic interests. The number one intention is geopolitical influence. Russia's pursuit of expanded geopolitical influence beyond its traditional spheres is a multifaceted action, and its engagement with African nations like Niger exemplifies this strategic approach. By cultivating closer ties with countries across the African continent, Russia aims to assert itself as a global power player, while counterbalancing the influence of Western nations in the region. The decision to deepen diplomatic and economic relations with Niger highlights Russia's broader ambition to diversify its strategic partnerships and expand its footprint in key regions around the world. Through initiatives such as military cooperation agreements and economic investments, Russia seeks to solidify its presence in Africa and establish itself as a reliable partner for countries seeking alternatives to Western dominance. Here's a reminder to please like and share the video and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos on Black culture, history, civilization, and identity. Let's continue now. For Russia, pursuing geopolitical influence in Africa serves several strategic objectives. Firstly, it allows Russia to project power and assert its status as a major player on the world stage. By cultivating relationships with African nations like Niger, Russia can demonstrate its ability to engage in global affairs and shape outcomes beyond its immediate sphere of influence. This will allow Russia to counter Western influence on Africa too. Russia's efforts to counter the influence of Western powers in Africa, especially in strategically significant regions like the Sahel, align with its broader goal of promoting a multipolar world order where it plays a central role. By challenging the dominance of its geopolitical rivals in Africa, Russia seeks to assert itself as a key player in shaping global affairs and rebalancing power dynamics on the international stage. The Sahel region holds immense strategic importance due to its geopolitical position, security challenges, and natural resource wealth. Western powers, particularly former colonial powers like France, have historically wielded significant influence in the Sahel, often playing a central role in security operations and diplomatic initiatives. For Russia, countering Western influence in the Sahel presents an opportunity to undermine the dominance of its geopolitical rivals and challenge the prevailing international order, which has long been characterized by Western hegemony. By establishing closer ties with countries in the Sahel, such as Niger, Russia can disrupt Western-led initiatives and assert its influence in the region. Moreover, Russia's engagement in the Sahel allows it to promote its vision of a multipolar world order where power is distributed more evenly among multiple global actors. By challenging Western dominance and promoting alternative partnerships, Russia aims to foster a more balanced and inclusive international system where it can play a central role alongside other major powers. Additionally, by expanding its presence in strategically significant regions like the Sahel, Russia can access valuable economic resources and markets, further enhancing its geopolitical leverage and economic competitiveness on the global stage. The second aspect driving Russia's engagement in Africa is resource access. The African continent is renowned for its abundant natural resources, ranging from minerals to oil and gas reserves. Russia's involvement in countries like Niger and across Africa presents significant opportunities for securing access to these vital resources and fostering economic partnerships. With a keen eye on diversifying its resource base and strengthening its energy sector, Russia views Africa as a strategic avenue for resource procurement. By forging partnerships with African nations, particularly in regions rich in minerals and hydrocarbons like Niger, Russia aims to bolster its domestic economy and reduce its reliance on other resource-rich regions, such as the Middle East. The engagement in Niger, for example, offers Russia access to valuable uranium deposits, which are crucial for its nuclear energy industry. By securing a steady supply of uranium from Niger and other African countries, Russia can support the growth of its nuclear power sector and enhance its energy security. Furthermore, beyond minerals and energy resources, Africa presents opportunities for broader economic cooperation, including infrastructure development, trade, and investment. By fostering economic partnerships with African nations, Russia can diversify its economic ties and tap into the continent's growing consumer markets. The third pillar of Russia's engagement in Africa is its focus on military presence and security cooperation. Russia's decision to establish a military presence in Niger serves several strategic objectives. each contributing to its broader geopolitical ambitions. Firstly, by establishing footholds in strategically important regions like Niger, Russia aims to expand its influence and presence beyond its borders. The presence of Russian military personnel in Niger allows Moscow to assert itself as a global power player with interests in Africa, thereby projecting its influence and enhancing its geopolitical footprint. Secondly, Russia's military presence in Niger enables it to deepen its defense cooperation with African nations. Through joint military exercises, training programs, and equipment sales, Russia can strengthen its ties with countries like Niger and enhance its defense capabilities. This, in turn, fosters closer diplomatic relations and facilitates cooperation on various security issues. Furthermore, by providing military assistance and training to African nations, particularly those affected by security challenges such as terrorism and insurgency, Russia can bolster its alliances and build influence in regions where Western powers have traditionally held sway. The provision of military support allows Russia to position itself as a reliable partner in addressing common security threats, solidifying its strategic partnerships, and expanding its sphere of influence. The fourth aspect of Russia's engagement in Africa revolves around diplomatic leverage. Russia's strategic outreach to African nations, including Niger, offers Moscow significant opportunities to bolster its diplomatic influence and enhance its position on the global stage. By cultivating relationships with countries across Africa, Russia can garner support for its positions in international forums and strengthen its diplomatic alliances. This is particularly valuable in arenas where Russia seeks to challenge Western dominance or advance its geopolitical objectives. Through diplomatic engagements with countries like Niger, Russia can build coalitions, rally support for its policies, and exert influence on key issues of global significance. Moreover, Russia's engagement with African nations enables it to diversify its diplomatic partnerships beyond its traditional allies, expanding its diplomatic reach and influence. By forging closer ties with countries in Africa, Russia can enhance its ability to shape international affairs and pursue its strategic interests on the global stage. In addition, Russia's engagement in Africa provides a platform to counter Western narratives and challenge perceptions of its global role. By actively participating in diplomatic initiatives and development projects in countries like Niger, Russia can showcase its commitment to partnership and cooperation, thereby enhancing its reputation and soft power on the international stage. The fifth dimension of Russia's African engagement revolves around economic partnerships and investment opportunities. Beyond military and geopolitical considerations, Russia recognizes the immense potential of Africa as a promising economic partner. This dimension underscores Russia's efforts to capitalize on economic opportunities in countries like Niger and across the African continent. Russia aims to foster mutually beneficial economic ties with African nations through investments in infrastructure, energy projects, and various other sectors. In Niger, for instance, Russia's investments could contribute to the development of critical infrastructure such as roads, railways, and telecommunications networks, thereby facilitating economic growth and improving the country's connectivity. Furthermore, Russia's focus on energy projects presents significant opportunities for collaboration. With Africa's abundant natural resources, particularly in the energy sector, Russia can leverage its expertise and technology to develop oil, gas, and renewable energy projects in Niger and other African countries. These investments contribute to energy security and diversification, stimulating economic development and job creation. Moreover, economic partnerships with African nations offer lucrative opportunities for Russian companies to expand their presence in new markets and access valuable resources. By investing in Africa, Russian firms can diversify their portfolios, secure long-term contracts, and establish strategic footholds in key sectors, thereby enhancing Russia's economic competitiveness on the global stage. But why is Niger shifting toward Russia? The recent shift in Niger's foreign relations, marked by a turn towards Russia for military cooperation, represents a significant departure from its previous alignment with Western powers in combating armed fighters in the Sahel region. This shift can be attributed to the political instability stemming from a coup that occurred in July, resulting in the overthrow of Niger's elected president, Mohamed Bazoum. Niger's previous status as a frontline partner of the West in the fight against armed groups in the Sahel underscored its reliance on Western support for security and defense matters. However, the political turmoil resulting from the coup has prompted a reassessment of Niger's foreign relations and security strategy. The overthrow of President Bazoum and the subsequent political instability likely eroded trust and confidence in Niger's traditional Western allies. In response, Niger's military government has sought alternative partnerships and sources of support, leading to the turn towards Russia for military cooperation. Russia's willingness to engage with Niger in the realm of defense and security offers the country a new avenue for strengthening its military capabilities and addressing security challenges. The decision to collaborate with Russia underscores Niger's desire to diversify its foreign relations and reduce dependence on any single external power. Furthermore, the shift towards Russia for military cooperation reflects broader geopolitical dynamics in the Sahel region and Africa. It highlights the increasing competition for influence among global powers and the growing importance of alternative partnerships in shaping regional security dynamics. And why is Russia the best option for Niger in the military sector? Was having just economic relations not enough? Economic relations alone may not suffice to address Niger's pressing security challenges, particularly in a region beset by terrorism and insurgency. While economic partnerships can certainly contribute to Niger's development and prosperity, they may not directly address the urgent need for security assistance and capacity building. Engaging in military cooperation with Russia allows Niger to diversify its security partnerships and access additional resources, expertise, and training specifically tailored to address its security concerns. Russia's military capabilities and experience in counterterrorism and insurgency operations can provide Niger with valuable support in enhancing its defense capabilities and combating security threats effectively. Moreover, by forging military ties with Russia, Niger can benefit from a broader range of security assistance beyond what economic relations alone could offer. This includes access to advanced military equipment, intelligence sharing, joint training exercises, and technical assistance, all of which are crucial for strengthening Niger's security infrastructure and response capabilities. Russia has extensive experience combating terrorism, particularly in regions like the North Caucasus. By leveraging Russia's expertise in counterterrorism tactics, intelligence gathering, and operational planning, Niger can enhance its ability to address the threat posed by terrorist groups operating in the Sahel region. Russia's insights into the tactics and strategies employed by terrorist organizations can inform Niger's counterterrorism efforts and improve its effectiveness in preventing attacks and disrupting terrorist networks. Russia's intelligence capabilities can provide valuable support to Niger in gathering and analyzing intelligence related to security threats in the Sahel. Through intelligence sharing mechanisms, Niger can benefit from Russia's access to information and analysis on regional security dynamics, terrorist activities, and potential threats. This collaboration can enhance Niger's situational awareness and enable more proactive and targeted responses to emerging security challenges. Its military training programs are renowned for their rigor and effectiveness. By participating in joint training exercises and capacity-building programs with Russia, Niger can enhance the professionalism and readiness of its armed forces. Russia can provide training in various areas, including counterinsurgency operations, peacekeeping missions, and border security, equipping Niger's military personnel with the skills and knowledge necessary to address diverse security threats effectively. Should Niger be scared that Russia will exploit it one day like the US did? Niger's apprehensions about potential exploitation by Russia can be allayed by understanding Russia's approach to international relations. Unlike some other global powers, Russia has a long-standing policy of non-interference in the internal affairs of other countries. This principle is deeply rooted in Russia's diplomatic ethos, emphasizing respect for national sovereignty and independence. Russia's engagements with other nations, including Niger, are guided by the principle of seeking mutually beneficial outcomes. Russia prioritizes cooperation and collaboration rather than imposing its agenda or seeking to exploit its partners. It approaches relationships, focusing on fostering win-win partnerships, where both parties stand to gain from the interaction. For Niger, this means that engaging with Russia carries less risk of interference or coercion compared to dealings with other nations that may have a history of interventionism. Instead, Niger can expect Russia to respect its sovereignty and autonomy, allowing for genuine collaboration based on shared interests and goals. Also, Russia's emphasis on win-win partnerships signifies its commitment to forging enduring relationships founded on trust and mutual benefit. This commitment extends beyond mere rhetoric, as Russia actively fosters transparency and open communication in its engagements with partner nations like Niger. In practical terms, this means that Niger can engage with Russia with confidence, knowing that it can openly voice its concerns and priorities without fear of reprisal. Russia's willingness to listen and engage in constructive dialogue creates an environment conducive to addressing mutual challenges and finding mutually acceptable solutions. By promoting transparency and open communication, Russia demonstrates its respect for Niger's sovereignty and its commitment to building a relationship based on mutual respect and understanding. This approach enhances the effectiveness of bilateral cooperation and contributes to developing a solid foundation for long-term partnership and collaboration. Moreover, by fostering an environment of trust and mutual benefit, Russia encourages Niger to actively participate in shaping the direction of their relationship. This empowerment enables Niger to play an active role in decision-making processes and ensures that its interests and priorities are taken into account. Do you think, with the 2nd Battalion, Niger has got close enough to Russia that there is no turning back? Will the US do anything about it? Let us know in the comments section if you think Russia has more surprises to give to the US. Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If so, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon next to it. We have decided to bring videos on something nobody talks about: Black culture, civilization, history, and evidence about how glorious Blacks have been. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, stay tuned.